Beyond the podcast of 1984. Beyond the podcast of 1984. Beyond the podcast of 1984.
Oh man, here we go again. Beyond the podcast of 1984. Time is going by too fast. I just turned, I like to tell everybody, I turned 22 on the 18th. No, I'm older than that, and I hate to admit it. I hope the last episode came out. I hope there was no problem there. Not because of the subject matter. It was the Gigi Allen episode. Definitely going to be another one of these days, although I'm probably going to fuse in like all kinds of other bands like Mentors and Bloody Mess and, probably the Ramones. I mean, why not, man? I should throw the Ramones in there, even though they're not like, they were never really rude or anything. Well, you know what I mean? Anyhow, so yeah, this is episode 8. And I'm kind of zoned out. I find when I go back, I was saying that episode 6, I think it was episode 6, I was saying, yeah, I'm kind of boring. I don't know. I think I am kind of reserved. A lot of people are like, oh, well, that's good. You speak very articulated. I'm like, I did a comedy, like my own comedy show several years ago. I called it Stand Up in the Sit Down, and I was attempting to do a comedy show in my bathroom. I was standing in the bathtub. And one of my buddies, Doug, thanks a lot, man. I don't know if you're going to hear this. Anyways, a lot of people are not listening to this show. I've told people about it, and then I don't hear anything, or I don't hear from them. But I've also had problems with Messenger on Fartbook. We got a Fartbook page, Facebook page. I've tried to spread the word, and it's like much like anything else, You try to put stuff up, you try to promote it, and I still don't really get a response, just like anything else in life. Is it worth it? Yeah. Maybe I'm talking to myself. Maybe a few people are listening to this. I do know some people are listening to it, and I thank you, pals. Thank you so much for your support. Hopefully, when this season is done, which I don't know how many more episodes I'm doing, I have no clue. I think the first one was 12 episodes? You think I would know? Because doing a podcast is something I wanted to do really bad. Although there's been a couple times I thought, why am I doing this? Because there are so many freaking podcasts out there, and you think, why? Well, because it's a big, big thing now, and it's kind of trendy. I don't know. I'm sure people think I'm being trendy, man. I guess I am. I actually wanted to do this, it's been a couple years. But, so what is this episode about? I don't know. I'm just a weirdo. I'm a jerk. I always say, I guess I'm overwhelming. What else? I can't really say. I guess I can't say that word here, but let's just say I've been called a cigarette lover. Oh wait, no, I can't say the word. It starts with an F, lover, because I have no problem with gay people. That's such a stupid word, to say that. Oh, you're a lover, a gay lover, whatever. But I've been called a N lover. I can't remember who called me that one day, but I was laughing. Somebody's like, "You're an N lover," and I'm like, yeah, I don't have a problem with folks that happen to have different colorization of their skin than I do. I don't give a damn. I'm sorry, I'm not a closed-minded Nazi piece of trash like you are. I love a lot of my rap, just like I love my punk rock and my noise, my grind, and my industrial, and my techno, and my some of my anime. What do you call it? I don't think you call it J-pop, anime music, my classical, my late 70s country, and whatever else I like. My metal, I like what I like. I don't care. And I say that so much. I don't care. No, actually, I do care. I do. But, what was my point? I just lost my train of thought. So, yeah. dealing with my health issues still. I'm supposed to be getting a colonoscopy later next week, and it's funny. I've now called twice, and I'm trying to find out. So, I got to get in the gear with this, because you have to drink this liquid. I can't remember what the stuff's called, but you have to drink a huge thing of it the night before. They're talking about having me do it like for 2 days straight, like fasting for 2 days, and then the third day, finally go and get it done, and it's like, wow, that's like too much. But since my A1C went down, I should be able to just prep the one night before, and then I get probed up my back end, which is all for the good of it, man. It's all for the good of it. Hopefully extend my life, and then I got other stuff I got to do, like go to the dentist. I got to get that set up. I just so much stuff, and I got to get an ultrasound. Am I repeating myself? Perhaps I am, but maybe you're one of those people, you just like listening to random episodes, and that's fine. I need to get back into one of my all-time favorite shows. It's a live stream. It's and I've mentioned them before. I'm not promoting them, but I was a big fan. Not as much now, but I need to get back into it. It was Last Stream on the Left. I love those guys. I just haven't really listened to them since Ben quit. And, of course, the whole controversial thing. I haven't even talked about that show in a while. I haven't even watched it. The thing is, I love those guys. And I think they have a regular guy on that show now, but I have not watched it in like months, and I need to watch it because you guys were like the biggest reason that I wanted to do a podcast. I've listened to their podcast. They have Last Podcast on the Left. I love the name because I'm a big fan of the original 70s film Last House on the Left. Mr. David Hess, great actor, rest in peace. Anyhow, love the show. I love the podcast. I've only listened to a little bit. It's predominantly a true crime show, but their live stream is awesome because they talk about all kinds of crazy things. That's one thing I was trying to explain to Tim. So Tim, if you're listening to this, buddy, yeah, they put up all kinds of stuff. They got kicked off. They got into a little bit of trouble because they put up some pretty bad stuff, but they're also showing it. I mean, talking about something and I think showing it, that's definitely two different things. I can talk about all kinds of nasty, weird stuff, but if you show it, you know what I mean? That's kind of different because, you get the visuals, and that's, that just offends many people, and rightfully so. So, but yeah, life, man, I don't know. I'm one of those people, like, there's a lot of things I do care about. I mean, if I didn't care about things, why am I a vegan? Why do I recycle? I try to be cool with people. I get a little bit perturbed sometimes, when you're talking about like freedom of speech. I think the whole thing in life itself with the whole left wing, right wing is so ridiculous. Because on one hand, you got one group of people, let's say like right wing individuals. They're all offended by gays, and they're offended by this. They're going on and on about woke people, which I get tired of hearing. They get offended that Star Wars, the newer Star Wars movies, oh no, there's diversity. There's like, what is wrong with having diverse colors of people in a film? I don't get it. But they're sitting there bitching about all this, like, oh, woke people are ruining everything. But then they're turning around at the same time. They want books banned in libraries, and they don't want sex education to be taught. I'm like, you're hypocrites. Or they're barging in on gay folks that are just, like, what was it? Has it been like a year or two? But you're barging in on and wanting us presenting these paramilitary.
You're still afraid.
Stop it now! I mean it!
He's coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it! You're ignorant!
He's coming for you, Barbara.
Stop it! You're acting like a
He's
child!
coming for you. Look, here he comes.
Now he'll hear you!
Here he comes now. I'm getting out of here, BCA. Tune in to BCA's Podcast Weekly on Beyond the Podcast of 1984. BTP 1984. BCAYaks.com. Beyond the podcast of 1984.
Beyond the podcast of 1984.
Assholes to go harass gay, lesbian, trans people just trying to have a peaceful, joyous holiday. You know, see, these idiots, they're bitching about, woke people ruining everything. Yet at the same time, if you had it your way, nobody would have probably, the only people that have any kind of freedom of speech would be straight white people, go good Christians. And I'm not ragging on Christians. I have a very dear friend who's a Christian. He's a very cool guy, and he's not an a-hole. Anyways, my whole point is, I think both sides, when it comes to this whole political thing, is ridiculous. And let me say, for the record, I don't talk about politics a lot here on this show, because as I've stated before, I like to talk about stuff that makes me happy and brings me joy in my life, and there's so much negativity. But anyways, the whole choice of, who they'll end up maybe voting for president, no thanks. I don't care for either choice. But one guy that I have no use for should be in prison, and the other guy is like dementia or something. And I'm sorry, you guys also, on the other hand, are way too old. You should just retire. If I was like 81, 80, 84, whatever their ages are, I know they're in their 80s. Go hang out with your family. Go hang out with your beautiful wives. Just enjoy the rest of your life that you have and relax. And, you got the money, you're fine. That's my opinion. Am I going to vote? Oh, yeah, I'm going to vote. Believe me, I vote every presidential thing. And we'll see what happens. But to be honest with you, I really don't want to vote for either one of those guys. But what really a choice do we have, And then we got RFK. Oh God, I'm not really don't think much of that guy either. I say we need better choices, but I don't think we're gonna get it. But anyways, moving right back to my show. I gotta tell you, I missed the '80s, man. I really missed the '80s. I had some really good times back then. Had some bad times, but a lot of good times. Music. Lots of cute girls. I mean, those women are still beautiful. I saw a beautiful lady earlier, a big old nice smile on her face, beautiful. And I hope she has a wonderful weekend. But still every day thinking about my dream woman. To me, the most perfect girl in the entire universe. I have not had a dream about her in years. One of the very last dreams I had of her, she just disappeared. And I hope it's not symbolic, because that really makes me sad. But I love her with all my heart. I think about her every day. And, people sometimes they're like, dude, you should go meet a real girl. Like, no thanks. And I definitely am not an incel. I was going to bring that up, too. I'm all over the place. This is the all over the place episode. This is the chaotic, whatever. I don't know what you got. I'll come up with a name for it, buddy. Anyways, I was thinking about incels recently, and those guys are just morons. It's funny, too. You get a bunch of dorks online. They obviously have computer talents, but all they do is they complain about women. You should be dating me. And then some of you go out and film themselves harassing women. And my question is, why aren't they getting their asses kicked? I mean, I've seen some of these guys get really violent. You've had some of them have actually killed women. And I won't lie. When I was younger, I don't want to say I was misogynist, but a lot of anger, and sometimes I'd be really sad, but the thing is, not to the point like these assholes. I definitely was not an incel, just kind of an antisocial, awkward guy. I've always been a little bit awkward, but these guys just make me sick. It's like, okay, so you guys are online, you're going on and on about women, you're like this misogynist pieces of shit, you're sexist pieces of trash too, let's just add that to it, you're garbage. If you got each other as friends, why don't you just make friends with each other and be more positive? I mean, is it that hard? Apparently so. And am I being a hypocrite? I just did an episode talking about G.G. Allen, and his stuff is super misogynist and sexist and, filthy. That's music. I'm talking about real. Yeah, G.G. was kind of trash. Definitely did some shit. He also had a lot of female fans, too, that liked him and wanted to have sex with him, although I think he was predominantly more into dudes. But let's back to the incels. These guys, wow, man. I mean, you think you're martyrs because you go out and you kill some women and you commit suicide like that piece of trash up in Canada. What was that back in the early 90s? Was it like 89 or 90? That guy went and I believe was it a college campus? He went in there and killed all those women. These idiots actually called people like him a martyr. It's like, you're not a martyr. You're a piece of shit. Just like that dude over in, I believe, what was it, Norway? He set the bombs. He killed a ton of people. Oh, he got life in prison. Whoop-de-doo. Wow. I'm not saying the U.S. is the greatest country in the world, but there's a lot of bad stuff. But there's some good stuff in our country too. But you do that over here, you're dead. You'd be executed. In fact, somebody probably would have pulled a gun out and shot that pile of trash. But there's people out there. Oh, a martyr. It's like, you're not a martyr. These people go around killing innocent people. What exactly? You're not a hero. You're a piece of shit. And, it's like the whole thing, the whole worship of serial killers. I find true crime to be really fascinating, man. And I used to have like 33 true crime books. I miss them. I had 3 days to get out of my apartment. I threw them all away. I miss those books. Very interesting stuff, reading. But I had a lot of different stuff. I had, of course, Helter Skelter, which is a fascinating book. I never finished it. I had a book about John Wayne Gacy. Dean, is it Corral? Is it Dean Corral? The guy who lived in the trailer, and trailer park. That guy was nasty. But I think I had a book about Ted Bundy. But anyways, true crime is really interesting. But the thing is, the whole like, oh yeah, serial killers are cool. Let's be, I'm friends with them. They're all really cool guys. I'm like, yeah, and then they get out and they probably freaking kill you. That's one thing. Is I'm grateful that I have a conscience. And believe me, I've had people that have gotten me very violently mad. And I've just, oh man, I wanted to run over with a truck or something, But, it's like my grandma used to tell me, it's good you have a conscience. Because think about it, Just like when you think about suicide and stuff, it's like, yeah, but if you did it, are you going to make a difference? Are people going to care? I've thought for years that nobody would care if I killed myself. And believe me, I've thought about that. I used to think about that a lot, about twice a week. I feel really depressed, and I never had it, I never went and talked. I used to talk to psychologists when I was a kid. My parents would send me to psychologists for just unrelated stuff. And, later on, I think about that, it kind of depressed me. I'm like, that's great. You keep sending me, but how come nobody else in my family has to go see him? But I do, and it got really old. But that's fine. That was years. That was a long time ago. But the thing is, it's true. You do make a difference in life, and there's some people out there do care about you. And this sounds like some special. Hi, this episode is sponsored by "Don't Commit Suicide" because someone cares about you. No, I'm just joking there. But seriously, man, everybody out there, you make a difference in somebody's life. I mean, that's one thing I think about. I think if I wasn't here, there might be some sad people out there. I mean, I've got some dear friends out there that I love very much. I love my family, both my families, because, my mom, my stepdad, my dad, my stepmom. I love them all very much. I care about you guys. I don't know if you're ever going to hear my show. Maybe you will. I don't know if you will. I mean, I don't mind if you heard it, but I love you guys. And, and I appreciate, like recently I got some birthday cards and my mom sent me a little message. It says, you mean so much to us. We love you so much. And I got to tell you, I got a little choked up when I read that. I read it again the other day and I'm like, thanks, Ma. I thank you so much. The whole thing with life being short, life is short. So, if you love people, let them know that. Sometimes it's hard, especially the people that you really like. You know what I mean? I don't mean like a crush, well, maybe a crush, but, you just let them know you care about them. Especially if you're some dork and let's say you like a girl or something, and you love them, you care about them, but you don't want to go overboard like, oh, you're so beautiful, I love you so much. You know what I mean? I'm not even making any sense here, I guess, but you just let them know you care about them, but just realize that even if you never get to go out with them or anything or be in an actual quote-unquote relationship, they're there, they're kind of in your life, and be grateful for that. And just, you let them know that you care about them, man. And, that's happened to me in the past. I had somebody that I really liked, and, I still care about her very much. She's my friend, and she's dear to me, and I hope she knows that. And I don't know if she's ever even going to hear my show. And no, Ginger, I am not cheating. If you're out there and you're listening to the show, I am not cheating. I love you very much. You're my dream lady. You're my queen, my empress. And for the people that think I'm insane, yes, I am. I'm insane in the membrane. But yeah, life, man. Life. I was the other day just rocking out to the song by 311. I mentioned that, I think, at the end of my last episode. I got to tell you, that song Down is damn good. Yeah, oh, you're laughing? Yeah, I know somebody out there, you're laughing. Hardcore metalhead, that's fine. I love my metal, man. Priest, come on. Rob Halford's Resurrection solo album rules. Fight kicks ass. Just about anything Rob Halford. I even like 2. 2 is kind of, light, kind of weak, but I appreciate it. It's not my favorite thing from any Judas Priest member. I love KK's Priest. Anyhow, no, I've been digging that song Down. I've been cranking it up a lot at home. And there is a song by Linkin Park that I like. And oh no, what else does you like that's lame? There's a song by Saliva. Anybody out there remember PlayStation 2? Oh yeah, of course you do. But that game, Downhill Domination, I'm trying to remember if it was Rockstar. I don't think Rockstar. I'm trying to remember who made that game. It was, God, I can't even remember the name of the company now, but they made some really cool games. But anyways, Downhill Domination is that crazy BMX game where you're going down these insane, mountains, you're going boom. And there's a song by Saliva that's really badass. I love it. I think it's a really cool song, but hey, I like some Rage Against the Machine too. That's what I love about my brother, Diablo, Joseph Melendez Jr. Come on, man. Please tell me you're listening to my show. I appreciate you because you listen to some extremely mainstream music, and that's not an insult whatso freaking ever. But you listen to some pretty heavy, super underground music too, and you have also been a big supporter of the Earwigs in the past. I appreciate your reviews of couple of my tapes a long time ago that you did in Neither World Videozine. No, not the Videozine, sorry, Neither World, the original fanzine. I appreciate that to this day. Those are sitting in a holy section of my zine library. Well, I need to organize that more. But anyways, I got those 4 issues of Neither World sitting there side by side, and I feel immortalized by having some early Earwig stuff reviewed in your kick-ass legendary fanzine. So thanks, brother. I love you, man. But no, there's some new metal I like. I was listening to some Slipknot one day, and I thought it was okay. I'm still not really a big fan. I think the singer is kind of an a-hole. I can't remember why. I know there was something about the guy that he's just not a nice guy. I don't think he really appreciates his fans. But I also should be one of those people like, oh, let's make allegations, nothing, you know what I mean? Just like disrespectful of fans, apparently, but whatever. Talented band. I don't know what they're up to now. I don't follow them. I will say one band I do like that sort of has that new metal sound and I think are really badass and freaking awesome is Psycho Stick. My best friend before he passed away, Mr. Michael Demude, sent me their video for 2 + 1 + 1 is 4. And it's a parody of, I can't remember. Is that Saliva that does that song? What does that song go? Let your body hit the floor, let your body hit the floor, let your body hit the... Anyways, Psycho Stick is hilarious. The singer wears looks like a bicycle helmet with a bunch of spikes all over it. And they're just fun. I would love to meet those dudes. I think their music is really fun. But they did that parody cover, and it's got like Muppets in it. Not the actual Jim Henson Muppets, but you know what I mean? They're definitely Muppets. And God, I love that freaking song. It's just hilarious. And I like the original. I can't remember who. It's not Saliva. It's I can't remember the name of the band. Somebody out there, you probably know who it is, but great song, in my opinion. I like a lot of music, man. I've got a Twisted Sister library, at my house. I just got like, I don't know if it's considered the very first Melvins, but Melvins CD the other day because I traded in a bunch of records and I got all this credit. Thanks again, Sean, over at 4,000 Holes. I $50 worth of CDs, and one of them was this Melvins CD, and oh God, I can't remember. It's got the three guys' names on it. It says 1983. I'm gonna listen to that later on. I definitely got to listen to it. But Melvins, and then I got another Beck CD, which I've been digging Beck. It's kind of weird because I wouldn't have admitted that years ago, but I always liked that song, Steve Threw Up. I heard it once. I've been listening to that song a lot lately. Again, the song is great. But, I listen to a lot of music lately, like Morrissey. Really dig his stuff. I love the Smiths, but I never listened to Morrissey's solo stuff, and I really like it. And, what was it, Deer Hunter? I kind of sworn I just mentioned them, but I got them mixed up with, it was Deer Hoof. And because I kept typing, I was like, wait a second, doesn't Deer Hunter have like this Asian American woman that plays bass and vocals? And then I looked them up and it's like, it's four dudes. And I go, well, who is it? It's like Deer something. And I guess it's Deer Hoof. I listened to them, like were playing live on a radio station. It was actually pretty cool. I remember hearing a little bit of Deer Hoof. But Deer Hunter is sort of that shoegaze, like, kind of zone out, if that's right, like Steve Eggs would say, zony, coolly, totally mint. Really cool stuff. Actually, really cool. I don't know, man. I guess I've been kind of whipping out. I've been listening to a lot of like more mellow stuff. Like the heaviest stuff that I've listened to in the last couple of weeks was a Slaughter Strapato. I was like, is that the band with like Mark Slaughter? No, not that horrible, man. I tried though. Like, oh my God, that's a band I can't stand. I didn't mind when he sang. I believe he was a singer. Yeah, he had to be. He was a singer on the first Vinnie Vincent Invasion album, which I like some of that stuff. Mark Slaughter was cool on that, I thought. But I have never liked Slaughter. The cheesy. I don't even want to call him glam, man. But anyway, you know what I mean. Just blah. But no, Slaughter from Canada, man. I picked that up a couple months ago. I got Strapato. This other CD is Not Dead Yet. Actually, I remember the name of the other album. It's like two albums on one. But Slaughter is awesome. I'd only ever heard a little bit about it. I could see why Impetigo, they said that was one of their, like the old interviews at Impetigo, Mark was like, oh yeah, dude, Slaughter, Master, Napalm Death, Carcass. I mean, this is way back now when people are talking about bands. They usually mention newer bands. But I mean, all those bands, Repulsion, I mean, come on. That Repulsion double frickin' CD kicks ass. It's got everything on it. Repulsion, a great cult, grind death. I regret, though, when you're talking about that kind of music, that I've never really listened to Autopsy. I feel like a poser for admitting that. I do occasionally, I've been, listen to Cannibal Corpse. I've always liked Cannibal, but badass stuff. I love George Corpse Grinder Fisher. I think that guy is so freaking cool. If you ever want to see something funny, type in look at George Fisher on Instagram. He's hilarious because he was interviewed by, I'll call him a legend. I think he's a legend. I think he's kind of a jerk, but I think he has a good heart. But Justin Horville from Hell's Headbangers, great label, interviewed George from Cannibal Corpse not that long ago. It's funny, really cool, fun interview. But George kept talking about, I check out my Instagram, and he kept talking about it. I was just busted up because he's just like a well-to-do, really humble, big frickin' dude with no neck, really sweet, super nice guy, very loving dad and husband, very cool dude. But his Instagram is great, man. It's hilarious because he talks a lot about his kids, and like he donates stuffed animals constantly to like I don't know if it's I don't know if his kids are graduated now, but anyways, donating them to like helping little kids, all these big stuffed animals. And I go, that is pretty freaking cool. George Fisher rules, man. But no, I love a lot of metal. But I was rocking out the Rob Halford solo album. It's just Halford Resurrection. That's the name of the album. And I don't know. Have I gotten wimpy? That's not wimpy. That's true metal right there. But, listening to like Morrissey and, what was it, Becca's pretty mellow stuff. But I dig it. I don't care. I wouldn't have admitted to a lot of stuff, like especially like in films. A lot of movies that I really enjoy now, I wouldn't watch back then, like The Green Book or L.A. Confidential, probably even Inherent Vice. I was just mainly horror, sci-fi horror, slasher, of course, which I freaking love. Can't turn down slasher films. I don't know why that genre. I freaking love it. But no, I've been watching a lot of movies that are more, I don't know what do you call it, slice of life. Like movies like kind of small town noir. God, what's the right word for like crime, thriller, noir? Like movies like Killer Joe, Arkansas, Hell or High Water. Those was it Winter's Bone? Those movies are freaking great, man. They're great. They get, what was the other one? Out of the Furnace. Is it Out of the Furnace with Christian Bell and who was it? Ben Affleck. Oh, Casey Affleck. Badass movie. Woody Harrelson as a meth dealer out in the woods. Very violent film. Really kick ass. Has to do with revenge and all that. But anyways, I love all that stuff. Movies like Bad Lieutenant. And Bad Lieutenant is a movie that I would have watched years ago. But no, the last about 3 years, I've been watching a lot of other stuff. I just watched a couple weeks ago Bull Durham, which I really enjoyed. That was fun. And that's like a movie that I wouldn't have watched. Back then it was, Susan Sarandon's hot. But you know what I mean? It's like something that's got like romance in it, just more kind of regular kind of film. Like something like What's Eating Gilbert Grape, which I think is another fantastic film. I just like a lot of films, and I've got a lot of movies that are not horror or sci-fi, or as I said, I should say horror sci-fi. I just watched Leviathan and I loved it. I thought it was great. I haven't seen Leviathan in like 30 years. Total rip off of The Thing. And it's funny, people are like, this movie's pretty much ignored. It's like, actually, not to be a know-it-all here, but it's not really me. It's not really ignored. It got a really sweet Blu-ray release from Kino Lorber. They did a beautiful job on it, and Peter Weller kicks ass, and Meg Foster's in it, and God, what was that beautiful blonde girl? I can't remember her name. Lisa something Bacher. She plays Axel Foley's friend and Beverly Hills Cop. She's the bubbly, beautiful blonde that works at the art gallery. Gosh, she's hot. She's beautiful. She's aged nicely. Beautiful freaking actress. But shoot. There's just so much good stuff out there, man. And I don't know, I sound like Mr. Super Posy Core. No, I just think that there's a lot of great films out there, and I still love anime. I'm still watching. I'm big time I'm on disc. Was it 13? I'm Married with Children. I don't know what season that is. It's like, I'm up to 90. God, am I up to I think it's like 1992 or 93. I can't remember. But anyways, freaking love Married with Children. I've been a big fan of that show. God, I got into it back in 88. But, Married with Children, I'm trying to get back into Rick and Morty season 7. I feel like such a cheese ball to admit that I've had season 7 for, 2 months? I've only watched the first 2 episodes. Poser. Yeah, I had to say that, man. I had to say it. Poser. Yeah, I'm a poser. Trying to catch him on Cromartie High School, which rules. One of the greatest animes of all time. I'm up disc 3 now, which is the final disc. Got a bunch of episodes left. Just watching, life. Drink a decaf. Quick drink of coffee. It's now been, a little over 2 weeks? Am I going on 3 weeks now? I don't remember. Anyways, a little over 2 weeks now. No decaf. No coffee, sorry. I'm drinking decaf. I haven't drank alcohol since the day after I was diagnosed with my diabetes, as I call diabetes. Yeah, I'm making jokes about it because it sucks. I'm gonna continue to hopefully have my A1C go down and hopefully my blood pressure. But no, I'm afraid to drink coffee, man. But I'm up to my usuals, hanging out with my cats. I'm drinking my buble, which I love. I know I'm not sponsoring, but that stuff is really good. I would love to get a lot of it for free. The only thing I have right now, I drank all it. I finished it yesterday, so I've got some non-alcohol beer. I've been enjoying the stuff called Athletic, and I've got 3 cans left. I don't drink that stuff very much because, I was talking to my doctor, and she's like, yeah, you got to be careful because the carbohydrates, it's good it doesn't have alcohol, but it's still, it's processed like the same way as beer, but it doesn't have, it's like 0.5, which is fine. It doesn't affect me. But no, it sucks because I've had to quit a lot of stuff. I am finding, I had my first smoothie in like a month, and it was not bad. It didn't actually I didn't feel really sick or anything. But that's more natural sugar. But I got to be careful with a lot of stuff, man. It sucks, but earlier my buddy Greg came over and I kind of flipped. I had flipped out on him, but I was just like, God, just kind of ticked just thinking about, all this crap that I got to do now and all this health stuff, and it sucks. I mean, I can't even get any kind of buzz, no coffee. And I mean, realistically, I probably could, pardon me, drink a little bit of coffee, but I am afraid to because I'm just afraid that, I'm going to have some weird attack, and it sucks. Even my doctor was like, well, it depends on the physiology. I mean, maybe, I'm sure, I'm not trying to come up with an excuse to drink coffee. I'm sure if I had a little bit, it'd probably be okay, but I'm afraid because the last 2 times I had my weird attack that made my right eye go screwy. It's still, I could see, I swear I could actually see a little bit better now than I could when it first happened, but it's still kind of screwy. So yeah, if you're still listening, this is just a bunch of random stuff here on this episode of Beyond the Podcast in 1984. I'm just talking about life. My last episode was definitely focused, maybe out of focus. That was my GG tribute. And this episode is just all random. And within a few minutes, I'm going to cut this short. This episode's not going to be as long as the last episode. Although the way I'm rambling, it might. So anyways, yeah. Been kind of up to the usuals. Just trying to keep in touch with friends. Trying to respond. I apologize to my friends that I haven't talked to in a while. I got to get back on Instagram. And, I want to just say that I really enjoy getting on there. I actually enjoy getting on Facebook sometimes, but I actually have more fun on Instagram. But I need to, and my apologies. I mean, I don't know when this is all coming out. My apologies to my buddy Adam from Waste of Tape and to Moki's Cup. I need to give you a call, dude. You tried to get hold of me. You're an awesome dude. I love you guys. You and Amy are great. Cheers to you and your kitties. And I hope that you guys are recording lots of stuff. And I really can't wait to listen to the new Waste of Tape. I have a lot of Waste of Tape. I need to do another noise episode and really talk about that crazy improv noise band with him and Jim Greco, who is another complete, Adam's definitely, I would say, the chill guy of the group. Jim's the crazy guy, the black metal, like, maniac. But although Adams looked like a black metal maniac, I love those old pictures of you, man. Those are cool and hilarious. So yeah, lots of love to you guys. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing okay down there. But yeah, I don't know how many more episodes I'm gonna do. I'm not saying like, until I quit the show. No, I'm not quitting. I'm just saying I'm thinking of how many more episodes I'm gonna do until this season's done, so I can get this to Tim and then we can get it out. So this is June 29th now. So this month is almost over. Like, yeah, Monday is the 1st. Wow. But anyways, I really appreciate everybody out there who listens to my show. And, you can leave a comment. You can say what you want. Tim might have to believe. And I'm just picking on you, man. But if you got anything to say, good, bad, suggestions are fine. I'm pretty positive because I've got friends that do that, and it doesn't really offend me anymore. Maybe a tiny bit, not really. But you're going to be focused. I understand. I do need to be focused. This episode is definitely an out of focus episode. And before I forget, it's been a little while, but Tim and I did an episode together, and hopefully that'll come out. I don't know if that's going to be on my show or maybe his. It was a collaboration. He called me one day on a Saturday, and I had a lot of fun. I'd love to do another one. We still got to do the John Carpenter one, man. Definitely focusing on the Thing, but I really want to talk about his other films. I'm going to go back to Dark Star and then Prince of Darkness. Anyhow, that's something I could say off the show, but no, since I'm here and Tim's listening because he's obviously, this is in the future he'll be editing this. So hey, this is kind of like I'm time traveling, man. I'm the new doctor. So yeah, that is about it for this episode. This has been the an out of focus episode. Kind of makes up for the focused Gigi episode. Yeah, I've said Gigi like 1,000 times now. Oh yeah, hey, before I forget, for you folks that are still listening, one thing I loved about Gigi is he did not give a blank. And I could say that I don't, but I do. So know that I care. I do care about a lot of stuff. I could be intense, but I think I'm an okay person. And I hope, I'm not saying I hope you people think I'm okay. But anyhow, I just wanted to thank everybody that's been listening to this show. And for those who haven't, of course, if you haven't or you're not, then you're probably still not. So what am I? I'm talking to air. Next week, I'll be talking to a lot of farts in the air because I'll be drinking that stuff. Oh, boy. So, anywho, enough rambling. I'm a big mouth. Yes, I am. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you for listening to Beyond the Podcast in 1984. There's a very good chance that the next episode will be a incredibly special episode. And if it happens, it's been planned for years, man. Anyways, it's something good. If it could be that either the next episode or the one after, but it's going to be something phenomenal, at least to me. Maybe not to any of you. I don't know. Maybe not as cool as the Gigi episode, but I think it's going to be like really awesome. So anyways, I'm shutting it up. I'm getting out of here. Miss Alien, if you're out there beyond the stars, please. I'm waiting for you. I'm lonely. I'm sad. I need your love. Please come down from outer space and be with me. Okay. Nanu. Keep watching the skies. It's our alien from outer space. Later.
Beyond the podcast of 1984.
Beyond the podcast of
84. What What is this?
It's Beyond the Podcast of 1984.
Well?
It's just BCA.
Better not be. I warn you, for many years, I have been training as an acrobat. Know a lot of tricks.
Well, then show us on btp1984.com.
Of course I wouldn't. Hey! Well,
BCA finds it very hilarious. Maybe you could tune in and listen to the show, btp1984.com.
sure. What do you think I am? A fake?
Are you a diehard fan of Beyond the Podcast of 1984? Do you want to show off your love for the podcast in style? Well, look no further. Introducing our exclusive podcast merch line. From t-shirts that will make you the envy of all your alien friends, to hats that will keep you looking freaky while repping your favorite podcast. We've got everything you need to take your Beyond the Podcast of 1984 fandom to the next level. So don't wait. Head to btp1984.com now and grab yourself some podcast merch before it's all gone. And remember, wearing BCA's merch will automatically make you funnier and more attractive. Get your Beyond the Podcast of 1984 merch today and join BCA's podcast revolution.